If you are spending more time putting out fires than planting seeds, your business model is built on anxiety. And if you are a customer success leader saying that to your investors, or worse, to your team, then you have a profound structural problem. We are applauding the valiant efforts of our CS teams every single day. The sheer triage required to keep accounts afloat while the product team fixes the root cause of a major bug. But let's be honest, success theater is not scaling. Success theater is just a very expensive way of managing decline. The modern CS function has been colonized by support. We've accepted the default identity of the problem solver, and in doing so, we've become the reactive bandage on a fundamentally broken system. We are waiting for the scream, the churn warning, the barrage of tickets saying it's not working, I don't understand this feature, or this is killing our workflow. And we are spending 80% of our valuable time responding to the scream, rather than engineering a future where no one ever needs to shout. This isn't customer success. This is customer incident response. The pivot, the necessary evolution, is moving from being reactive custodians to proactive architects. Stop viewing your role as damage control. Start viewing it as strategic enablement. When you are stuck in the reactive loop, your conversation is always defined by deficit. Why isn't this working? How do I fix this error? Your value is defined by repair. When you shift to proactive partnership, your conversation is defined by abundance. How can we scale this feature to achieve X goal? Based on your business trajectory, here is how our platform can unlock Y potential. Your value becomes growth. You are moving from being a cost center trying to prevent hemorrhaging to a profit driver actively enabling expansion. But this shift is not just philosophical, it's architectural. It requires a painful, uncomfortable cultural surgery. You cannot train your team to be strategic consultants if they are still being paid by the hour for firefighting. If your compensation structure, your quarterly goals, and your internal metrics are tied to ticket volume or time to resolution, you are financially incentivizing the behavior you claim you want to leave behind. You are rewarding excellent damage control and punishing strategic foresight. The moment your CS team starts being measured on successful adoption milestones, expansion pipeline generation, and documented ROI achieved for the customer, not just ticket closure rates, that is when they stop being glorified helpdesk agents and start becoming trusted advisors. So how do you build that bridge? How do you survive the transition from support desk to war room partner? You have to stop chasing usage data and start pursuing outcome data. Usage tells you they logged in. Outcome tells you they successfully launched a new product line, reduced overhead by 15%, or onboarded 30% more users. Your CSMs need to be trained, incentivized, and empowered to ask the painful, high-level business questions that bridge the gap between your feature set and their P&L statement. If you can't speak fluently about their quarterly targets, you are simply a vendor, not an advisor. This brings us to the biggest blocker: inertia. The mid-market company is often drowning in complexity, chasing immediate operational fixes while the SMB customer needs a simple guide to success. If your product is so complicated that customers require dedicated, individualized translation from feature to business outcome, then the problem isn't your CS team, it's your product experience. The sticky, successful scaling model is one where the value flows so clearly from onboarding day one that the CSM's job becomes orchestration, not interpretation. You are scaling complexity into simplicity. If I had to give you 3 immediate, tactical shifts your CS leader can deploy this week, they are these. First, identify the top 5 most expensive recurring issues and treat them not as tickets but as product requirements. Elevate the feedback loop from "this is broken" to "if this were fixed, we could unlock $X in ARR. Second, shift your cadence from purely reactive check-ins to predictive milestone setting. Don't ask, "How are things going?" Ask, "Are we on track to hit the Q3 goal you set 6 months ago?" And third, stop allowing your CS team to be a glorified technical support extension. They are strategic navigators. Let's jump into a few hot takes while we're here. If you are still using NPS as a gut-feeling metric, stop. Use it as a surgical instrument for product prioritization. Also, if your onboarding takes longer than the sales cycle, you didn't sell success. You sold a promising installation project. And finally, AI should not be used to answer the "how do I click this button" questions. It must be deployed to surface the next strategic growth opportunity before the customer even knows they have it. Scaling customer success is not about hiring more people to answer the same questions faster. It is about fundamentally redefining the relationship you hold with your customer, transforming a transaction into a long-term partnership. The anxious organization survives by surviving the current crisis. The thriving organization scales by making every interaction a step toward mutual, inevitable success. Your CS team deserves better than to be the emotional sponge for your product's imperfections. Your action plan: 1. Measure outcomes, not just usage data. 2. Train CSMs as strategic business advisors. 3. Align incentives with expansion and ROI.